Then we take this and we set it on top. Would you look at that? It doesn't go that way anymore, boys and girls. You fish it out around the bottom. That's new. And it doesn't reach. Oh man. It doesn't even come close. Okay, I look real dumb right now, don't I? Now this is where I start getting aggravated because, well, I need the truck tomorrow in the morning. So I don't have time to get the right tube. So we're gonna have to make that a separate video, I suppose. So what we're gonna do now is put the old tube back on. Hopefully that wasn't the problem. Considering our cartridge was really, really tight, I don't think the leak was actually out of that tube. I still think it was a problem in the cartridge itself. So we're gonna take that back apart. I'm not happy about it, I'll tell you that. But whatever, I guess I should have double checked it. I feel pretty stupid now. Oh, and of course I get the wrong wrench. I guess I feel pretty stupid now. Oh well. Live and learn, right? It's alright, at least this isn't a hard job. I did change the O-ring again. Put a new one on this one. Now you gotta be careful not to cross thread this. The problem is it's old and it's tight, so it doesn't turn freely by hand. You put the wrench on it, but you'll know if it's cross threading. Next we put our exhaust clamp back on. Here we go. Now just be on a double check side. Yep, spins good. Now to be on the double check side. There we go. It's good English. I'm learning. And lastly, to continue the fun, now one would think that was the easiest job on the truck. Gasket should have survived. The leak is at the bottom where the tube goes into the steel block. Wiping the oil off now. I'm going to clean the paint off and run a bead of weld around it. I can't do any more damage than already is. If it fails, then I don't go nowhere this morning. If I succeed, then we're running in a couple minutes. I should have fired this up last night. I didn't because I had to change that fuel filter gauge, the fuel pressure gauge, I mean. And by the time I got done, dinner was getting ready. Yeah, it's big time humid out today. That's about as pretty as that's gonna get. There goes nothing. This is entirely my fault. I should have checked this yesterday. I should have known that the Caterpillar part was in fact the wrong part, the replacement tube for this. You can see the stress that's added on this is why they put a flex hose on it nowadays. But I got the wrong one. Give her a little extra crank. Okay. That should be good. Okay, let's fire it up. Check my ability to weld crummy steel. Oh good, still leaking. I thought it would too. Alright boys and girls, it is the next day. I went and got the right tube from Caterpillar. Actually I got lucky, Kenworth had it. So we took the old one back off. We're going to go ahead and put the brand new one on that I got out of Kenworth. It is the original solid line, in fact. So with that, we'll get ahead in the bridge from one video to the next and carry on with the job. Boys and girls, ultimately that old line was the oil leak failure. However, the turbo did fail. The cartridge had an issue with it, obviously, but it was a multi-part problem. The oil leak and the turbo failure were two completely independent problems, despite the fact they happened all within the same like 4-inch area. So with that, we're gonna go ahead and continue. I went and got a new tube, the right one. It's a solid line, just like the old one, but brand new now. So we're gonna head and install that. The new tube came with a new adapter. Actually, I lie, it didn't come with it. I guess it came with it technically because I brought it home at the same trip. So we're going to go ahead and put a new adapter on here now. I got all new O-rings to it as well. So we may as well put a brand new tube against that mating surface. I'll keep this as a spare. It might be usable for something, but we're gonna go ahead and replace this. The new O-ring came in like this. How easy would that mistake be? Okay, boys and girls, so now we're just going to go ahead and put the new O-ring on the new adapter and then go ahead and thread it into the engine. I'm surprised there isn't an adaptation for the newer stuff with that flexible hose like I had the original one, the wrong one, as opposed to what belongs on the truck from factory. Perfect. Let's wipe down the turbo's top. Excellent. So now, got the new gasket, new tube. Put your gasket on. So, I did go and get 2 brand new bolts from Caterpillar. That probably cost extra. Just like before, thread in to line them up. I'll put this collar on. Now here's the question, boys and girls. Caterpillar puts these little tags on there to notate the part number. But you would think after a while vibrating, these things would rub and cut a hole in the tube. I'm gonna go ahead and take that off. Part number for anybody interested was 106-4004. That's the part number for that tube. Sink that down. It's brand new. Don't need to go too tight with it. Let's set these down. I did not point this out, but I could zoom in here shortly. They brazed this a lot nicer than the old one. The old one was just simply put in and cast or crimped in there. This one, not only did they do that, but they brazed it. I guess Caterpillar learned over the years that's a common failure point right there. I'm just assuming that. I don't know that to be fact. It just makes sense. Alrighty, there we go. Now unfortunately I didn't have the time to pre-paint it, but I do have some Matterhorn white left from the engine build. Just trying to prevent the rust buildup that will come. I just don't want the tube rusting away. Get a little bit of paint on the snail. Don't worry, that'll burn off. Alrighty, boys and girls, that concludes the turbo install. We're gonna go ahead and fire it up here shortly and get going in the morning. So with that, thanks for watching. This is how we repair and maintain Orwell for the most part right here in the shop. So hope you guys are enjoying the new content with the all new FSC truck shop. Thank you very much.